9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff. Go Falcon, go SpainSat NG II.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
M1D chamber pressure is nominal.
As you can see, Falcon 9 has lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. The Falcon flight computer will now begin throttling down engines in preparation for max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Good call out there for a nominal state of the vehicle.
Vehicle is supersonic. Max Q.
As you just heard, we've just passed through max Q. Again, that is the maximum aerodynamic pressure the vehicle will experience. In order to achieve orbit and avoid being pulled back to Earth, the Falcon 9 rocket needs to reach a velocity of roughly 17,500 miles per hour horizontally. To assist with this, the first stage performs a gravity turn, initiated by a pitch-over maneuver just 10 seconds into flight. This is also the engines gimbal a small amount for about 5 seconds, slowly turning the first stage into an angled trajectory. This angled trajectory combined with gravity's pull will place the rocket into the final horizontal flight path. You can track our progress to orbit by keeping an eye on the first and second stage telemetry in the bottom corners of your display. Now we are going to have several events coming up in quick succession, starting with main engine cutoff, or MECO, when we shut down the 9 Merlin 1D engines on the first stage. Following that, the first and second stages will separate. Following that, we'll have the first ignition of the MVAC engine, also known as SES-1. SES-1 will shortly be followed by fairing separation.
Stage separation confirmed.
Main engine cutoff. MVAC startup.
And there you heard and saw those events that happened back to back: MECO, stage sep, and SES-1. As a reminder, the first stage will not be recovered today. In preparation for this, we removed the landing legs and grid fins to decrease the mass of the first stage and save them for use on future missions. But for now, we say to the first stage, thank you and farewell. Fairing separation is next in just a few seconds. We will be attempting to retrieve both fairing halves once they fall back to Earth using our recovery vessel, Doug.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And as you just heard, fairing separation has been confirmed. These fairings will orient themselves with gas thrusters for entry into the atmosphere. As they near the ocean, each fairing half will use a gas-powered deployer to release a parachute. The fairing computer will send commands that steer the fairing to the ocean landing, where Doug will attempt to recover them. With that confirmation, we have a few minutes between our next major milestone event, SECO-1, when we'll shut down our MVAC engine on the second stage. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in about T+7 minutes.
Stage 1 FTS has saved.
back to SpaceX's live launch coverage of the SpainSat NG II mission. Liftoff occurred at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time from Space Launch Complex
terminal guidance.
From Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. And we've had a nominal flight so far. As we mentioned before the break, coming up next, we'll shut down our MVAC engine on the second stage, also referred to as SECO 1, which should occur at about T plus 8 minutes. After that, we're going to look for confirmation of good orbital insertion. The MVAC engine is optimized to operate in space, producing...
Stage 2 FTS has safed.
There you just heard that our Stage 2 FTS has safed. As I was saying, the MVAC engine is optimized to operate in space, producing 220,550 pounds of thrust in vacuum, and is designed to be stopped and restarted multiple times.
MVAC shutdown.
And there you heard the call out for second engine cutoff, or SECO 2, as MVAC shutdown. We're now awaiting confirmation of nominal orbital insertion.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And we have confirmation of nominal orbital insertion. The second stage is now embarking on its coast phase. After the coast phase, we will light that MVAC engine for a second time, just before the T plus 27 minute mark, and that will be followed by payload deploy around the T plus 34 minute mark. We'll see you back here at about T plus 25 minutes. And we're just now expecting payload deploy in about 1 minute.
Payload deploy confirmed.
And there you just heard the call out, and you can see the successful deployment of the SpainSat NG II satellite as it begins its journey to its destination geostationary orbit. And with that, we're going to wrap up our coverage for today. All of us at SpaceX want to give a big thank you to our customer, EASDSat. We also want to give a shout out to the Eastern Range and Federal Aviation Administration for supporting today's launch. If you're interested in more launch coverage, head over to spacex.com/launches for the most up-to-date information. When you're there, check out our departure board featuring our upcoming launches and all the details you'll need to join us next time. And remember to follow us at SpaceX on X. We'll see you again soon.